I am in the next phase of my life. It just doesn't happen to include work. Here's what I mean by the question, is retirement right for you? The word retirement has always kind of bugged me. I think because it has certain connotations. There's the actual definition of retirement, which has something to do with stopping, retreating, stepping back, down. Let's say when you retire a jersey in sports, it means nobody else can wear that jersey. You're going to put it up on the rafters, and honor it, but it's done. It's no longer playing. It is up. It is put away. It's over. It's finished.
I recently read an article written by Matthew Kaplan, PhD, who is a professor at Penn State University. And the title of the article was Rethinking Retirement, What's in a Word? And he's addressing my point exactly. He says, I started my search at home with Webster's 9th New Collegiate Dictionary. Webster's defines retire as to withdraw from action or danger, retreat, to withdraw, especially for privacy, to fall back, recede, and to withdraw from one's position or occupation. He then goes on to say, I couldn't help but wonder why a word that conveys withdrawal is used to describe leaving work after years of service. My point exactly, Dr. Kaplan.
That's just always kind of bugged me. I'm retired. Just, I picture old people, not my age. I don't even know what old people means anymore. So when I hear the word retirement, it makes me think about, um, moving to Florida and playing golf and tennis. Or you have this picture of what retirement is in your head. And traditionally, it has meant sort of a certain thing. You sit around the house most of the day, you watch your birds at the bird feeder. Not that there's anything wrong with either one of those things. I do that. But it's the traditional definition of retirement, or how we have seen retirement, what we've expected from retired people. It's very different than I think what it's like now. And maybe that's just a self-centered position for me, because now that I'm retired, I don't feel like I fit that very much. In my retirement, I started a YouTube channel. I became a grandma, which maybe is more traditional, but I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I don't feel like a retired person. I feel like a person who has decided that the work life, the 9 to 5 career type jobs that I've had, are over for me. I don't want any part of that life anymore. Doesn't mean I would never take up some kind of a job. I've actually done that a little bit in between when I stopped working and now, but retirement just feels like I don't even want to use that word. So maybe when you feel like, oh, retirement's not for me, because you have that traditional mindset of what retirement is supposed to look like. And that doesn't seem to fit you at all, or it doesn't look interesting to you, or it's not something you're ready for yet. But what would it be like if you swapped that out? If you had a mindset change about the next part of your life not being retirement, but just being what it is, just the next part of your life, the next chapter, the next season. Um, that's why I've called this channel Life After Work, because although I use the word retirement a lot in a lot of my videos, that's because that's the word that people key in on. We all have a common understanding of what that word means. When you see a video that talks about retirement, you know what that topic's going to be like, right? So we do use that word to help people find my channel, find my videos, but also because it's a very common, we have a common understanding of what that word means. That being said, that's not, I would love to not have to use that word, I don't use that word to describe my life. I am in the next phase of my life. It just doesn't happen to include work. Yes, it took some planning to get here. Yes, it took some sacrifices to get here. Yes, it took a lot of years to get here. I don't feel like I have chosen retirement. I feel like I have simply moved on to the next phase of my life. One of my fellow YouTubers here has recently started to wind down her business. She was an independent businesswoman, and she also doesn't like the word retirement. So she has taken to calling it free-tirement, meaning a time of your life where you have a lot more free time than you did while you were in the throes of a job. I like that. I like free-tirement. I used to call it when I first stopped working, I called it work optional because um I didn't know if I was going to start working again, if I wasn't, what was going to happen. I just knew that I didn't have to work. And so I heard the phrase somewhere. I think it was from a young couple who does videos and writes books about the FIRE movement, the financial independence, retire early movement, and they call it work optional. I think that's where I heard it. Anyway, that's another way to look at it. I'm in a time in my life where work is optional. So maybe it's just a mindset or a language issue that is holding you back from actually retiring because that word doesn't feel right to you. But what if you thought about it as, okay, I need to get to the point where I am financially set enough that I don't have to earn an income. I could, but I don't have to. And so I'm going to stop living my life the way I've been living it. I'm going to stop my 9 to 5 job or my 7 to 8 job, whatever crazy hours you might be working. And I'm going to stop that. And I'm going to do something else. And I don't know what that is, or maybe I do have some ideas about what that is, but it's not working or it's not careering. And that might feel better for you. That might be a better mindset where you think, you know what? I'm going to take the next year to travel, or I'm going to take the next year to just lay on a beach, which is what I did. Or I'm going to start a new business, or I'm going to write a book, or I'm going to, like, there's so many things you can do. You can tell I've got a lot, I'm talking really fast. I apologize for that. I have a lot of energy around this, but I really think that a mindset shift might be all you need to realize to make the next step not so huge and or scary, or might make it more appealing. What's next in your life? What's the next thing you want to do? Let's talk about life after work. Let's talk about the next season of your life. What are you going to do? What would you like to do? Please drop me a note in the comments and tell me your story. Tell me, does this resonate with you? Is the word retirement something that you find you get hooked on, that repels you in some way? Maybe we can shift the dialogue from are you retired or not retired to what do you what are you doing in your life? What current phase of your life are you in? Where's your journey taking you now? It might be the end of your career as you knew it, but it's not the end. It's not just the end. It's actually a whole new beginning. And I bet there are a lot of you out there watching this who have either recently retired or however long ago that was, who get what I mean here. This is really just the next period of your life, especially if you've stopped working sooner than what we're supposed to do. In our mid to late 60s is when we're supposed to retire. I was 52. And so that was part of the reason why that word didn't fit for me. I didn't feel like I was retired yet. I was just moving on to the next stage of my life. I hope that just that simple mindset shift from retired to whatever else it is you want to call it. I'm calling it life after work. If that mindset shift does anything for you, and it may not right away, but as you move about the world and you kind of think about it in that way, might your view of the next years of your life open up a little bit. I sure hope so. I hope that if you are financially able to, that you can take advantage of the next years of your life. Don't let go of, don't give up your prime years of, you still have relatively good health, you still have some energy, you still all things that you can do so many things with besides showing up to a job every day. And I don't want those years to pass you by if they don't have to, just because you're hung up on a word. So let's forget the word. It's not retirement unless you want it to be, right? Like, that is never, it's never a bad thing to do what it is that you actually want to do. But if the word has been hanging you up, let's let it go. Let's let that word go, reframe it, and talk about it in terms of your next step, your next season, your next adventure, however you want to describe it. What do you think? I hope that this was helpful for you to kind of help you rethink how you look at post-career life. And I hope that you'll join me on this ride on my channel. If you haven't yet, please, it would be lovely if you could like and subscribe if you want more content. And please comment. I love to get to know you in the comments below. And I'll see you next time.